All right, squat every day, day 30. And to be fair, it probably took me about 40 days to get here, but that's neither here nor there. I just did my best effort to be consistent, and I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure I missed maybe an accumulative total of 10 days out of the 30 days I was supposed to do consecutive. I might have, skipped a total of 10 days, if that makes sense. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about two things. One, that this is going to be the last video I post for a while. Basically, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I'm gonna like take some time off from recording just so that when I come back the next time, you can see the leaps and bounds of progress that I've made, basically. So that's that. After this is gonna be day 30, and then that's the last video I post for a while about working out. And if I feel like posting later, I'll do so. But right now, I'm thinking I'm just gonna take a break. That's first things first. Second thing is I wanted to kind of talk about this kind of gym myth that is pretty pervasive, I guess, in our society of people don't understand muscle soreness. So if you've been watching the last couple of videos, you know that I've been inconsistent the last 2 weeks, and so I'm kind of easing back into things. And I did a workout yesterday where I thought I had controlled myself pretty well and not like gone too hard, but today I felt kind of tight in my hamstrings, a little bit of soreness, which if you've watched other videos, you'll know that I don't like muscle soreness. I don't think it's a good thing. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about what you do when you have a tight or sore muscle. So my hamstrings are sore, and what it means when your hamstrings, or not your hamstrings, what it means when any muscle group is sore or tight is that that muscle group is weak. And what's happening is that the muscle is tightening to avoid strain or overexposure to strain, if that makes sense. You don't want to damage the muscle. That's what your body is trying to prevent, is any injury or harm. And so the muscle tightens to avoid contraction and stretching and all that stuff. It wants to stay where it's at, and your body would rather have stronger muscles overcompensate than to have a weaker muscle get damaged. So you have to understand, what is the body's process for fixing this issue? And the answer is nutrient supply through the bloodstream. So right there is your number one answer. People would say that when you're sore, to either just like train as if nothing was wrong, or to take a rest day. And I think both of those are the wrong answer. What you need to do is continue to train, but to do so in a less intense manner. But you have to stretch and contract the muscle under a controlled weight to allow the blood to flow. And inherently, your blood has to have nutrients in it. So that means you have to be eating well. And if you're not eating well, then the blood won't do much good to the muscles. But what blood does, and what your respiratory and circulation system does, is it takes away the toxins and the waste product, because there's always going to be waste product from your cells. Your cells produce waste. The blood and water and things like that will carry the waste out and deposit the good nutrients that your body needs to continue functioning. So think about that before you take a rest day, before you do anything, before you even stretch. Stretching, I think, is very detrimental. I think it just weakens your muscle even further, and it doesn't solve the problem. You're just trying to relieve the symptoms of the problem. The symptoms being tightness, soreness, and maybe some pain. What you have to do is continue training the muscle under a controlled load, and do it for high volume. Get the blood flowing and all these things. A stretch and a contraction all together, and that's the definition of a like a weightlifting movement. And so anyway, you can tell I'm not doing anything different. I'm still squatting, still doing hamstring exercises. I just didn't do it so heavy today. So that's the answer. That's the answer to muscle soreness.